Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to a new Let's Play. A new series to kind of replace Distant Worlds Universe, because I think that this is definitely a good replacement for it. And what are we replacing? Stellaris. So this is a new game by Paradox Entertainment, as you can see up here. It's basically your kind of like your fundamental 4X game, but with obviously the Paradox twist of the Clausewitz engine, as I like to call it. Basically, you're a fledgling empire. You start off with one planet, and basically your job is to grow. I've only played a couple little bits of it just to make sure that I understand the game mechanics. I haven't played anything longer than maybe an hour. So basically, we're just gonna jump right in, to be honest with you, and see how it is. So we're gonna go right into a new game. And this is my first little group that I started playing with. So we're going to change it up here. We're going to go with, let's see here. So here's humans. We go with warp travel. So there's multiple different types of faster than light travel. Warp travel, your classic hyperspace travel, which is, like lines on the map and you go from A to B type thing. And then there's a third one, which I think is wormhole travel, where you build a wormhole generator and you can only travel from and to that planet. Like you can travel from planet A to, like say from Earth here. We can only travel from Earth to some other solar system and then back to Earth where the actual generator is. You can't go from like Earth to Alpha Centauri to Betelgeuse. You have to go from Earth, Alpha Centauri, back to Earth to Betelgeuse. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of it at all. I prefer warp travel because I can pretty much go wherever I want. Everything has its own little way to go. This one, it's relatively slower than everybody else, but I can go wherever I want, wherever I want. So we have the United Nations of Earth. So as classic 4X games are, you have a species or a group that you get to pick, and you basically get to play with them from there. So they have a whole bunch of different races here, but what we're going to do is I'm actually going to just get into a new race just to show you like how awesome the empire building system is. So first off, you get to pick your appearance. So do you want mammalian? So these are all mammal-esque species. Space loss. Space horses? Cats? No idea. Something with a tail. Looks like space yaks. Space mutant bats. Ugly things. You can do reptilian as well. It's the people from Camino. Whoop. Oh, shit. It's the people from Camino. I said back, damn it. I said back. What are these? No idea what those are. Those kind of look cool. Space lizards. That looks like the dude from Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, fucking ugly as shit. Space tortoise. Avian. Some birds. Wow. Space turkey. Arthropods, so bugs. That looks evil. That's a female. Oh, that's a bad guy from Men in Black. That does not look like a mouth. Molluscoid. So, like, water animals. That looks dangerous. That just looks weird. That looks like something controlling something else. Ooh, you ugly. Notice how they all have like a suit. Why would mollusks live outside of, I don't know, funguses? The blarg. So these are basically living funguses. That's an animal that's been infected by a fungus. That's like. So these are basically just all intelligent fungi. That doesn't look that bad. Nice. You can also name your species. It goes with the name of whatever species you picked. So if we go appearance, mammalian, just pick human. Next. It'll actually pick a name associated with what you're doing, which I really like. You can do your ship research. So it gives you generally what it's going to be. So if we pick human 1 for the name lists, get people like Edith, Benjamin, Omar, Yao, Matthew, Penny, things like that. The planet names like New Coventry, Concord, Thenis, New Jerusalem, Tuscany, San Lucas, your numeral names. So names will be like the Caldwell, the Julius Caesar, the Iwamoto, the Sea Lion, the Shinohara, the Gato, or Gato. Actual real ship names, nice. Fleet names, the Phalanx Fleet, the Hoplite Fleet, the Immortal Fleet, the Lancer Fleet, the Musket Fleet, the Knight Fleet, the Turco Fleet, the Lunch, something German Fleet. Nice. And you can go with like more ethnic-y names in my eyes. Strike Force. These are all strike forces. So I think this would be more. So this is probably more like a passive group. This one's more aggressive from the sounds of it. Like the Strike Force Hydra, Strike Force Phoenix, Strike Force Griffin, Kraken, Cyclops, Garuda. Then you pick your traits. So each trait has positive or negative quirks. So for example, Agrarian. This species has deep connection with the land and make expert farmers and gardeners. Gives you an extra 50% to your food. Thrifty gives you more credits. And basically, if I'm not mistaken, the game is broken down to what the hell was that? Oh, Twitter. Basically, the game's broken down to minerals, which are kind of like a red diamond, energy, because you need power for stuff, and then research. So yeah, like I think it's physics, cultural, and I can't remember what the third one is. But then you have all these things that basically do your classic 4xing. So this thing gives you 10% habitability modifier and stuff like that. I like it. So you can like pick, whatever. There's a plus minus system that you can be like 0 things here, or you can pick, just a positive one. Like pick, we're rapid breeders, and we're quick learners. Boom, done. You can change your face look, male, female. Change your hairstyle. No idea what that is, but you can change your clothes. The one I usually go with is this one. Kind of looks militaristic. Right, next. Let's bring us to our home world. Oh, well, that was a bit of a little thing there, wasn't it? So here you get to pick the type of planet that. Solar system. Nice. So here you get to pick, what kind of planet it is, what kind of system it is, and all that stuff. Basically, this is the planet that your species evolved on, basically. So continental, Earth-like. We got ocean world. We're gonna have Arctic worlds, tundra, arid, desert, tropical, continental. Here you can randomize the name. So it'll actually randomize the name of the planet you're going to be on and the star name. And you can set it up that way. Go next. This will show you what kind of cities you want your city to look like. So the background here. So that's Mammalian City. Kind of looks like a more advanced version of like New York or Toronto, London, Shanghai, Tokyo. Then we go Reptilian. It's more blocky. Kind of looks like the ancients from Stargate. Avian City. Arthropod City. Very rounded in most of the corners. a fungaloid city. It looks like it's grown out of the ground. And then muscaloid would looks like that actually looks like it's grown out of the ground. Fungaloid looks like it's been kind of curvy. Then you pick your ethics, so you can actually pick a primary ethic and then a secondary ethic. So for example, you have bonuses towards your species, and it also will tell you kind of what direction you should go with when it comes to your government type. So if we went, say, fanatic collectivists, so that gives us a 100% tolerance for slavery and a -10 to our consumption. But then we're also going to be militaristic. So it gives us a -50% to alliance influence, 25% influence we gain from rivalry. Sorry, 50% cost to alliance influence. We get 25 additional influence when we have a rival. We get +10 damage by our armies. We get no population modifiers, but if we're at war, our people are 5% happier. So there you go. The only true virtues are courage and discipline, and channeled properly, they can overcome any obstacle. Therein lies the true strength. Force withheld, a promise made. There were pacifist collectivists, fanatic collectivists. The purpose of an individual is simple: strengthen the collective. To enter the blackness of space, we move as one. We shall not be weakened by wanton separatism. Spiritualist, collectivist. So it's one of those things where it's very good. So you can pick this one and then pick the one below it as their secondary. So you can go pacifist, fanatic, pacifist. So pretty much you have your what you're thinking, and then just one more step. So we picked militarist and fanatic collectivist. It tells us right here what governments we should pick. Now here's the best part. If you pick one of these, you get one of those. If you pick 3 of the inner ones, you get 3 of them. So you can actually go, well, I want collectivist. You notice how the background changes. But I also want, let's see here, materialist. But then I also want, militarist. So right away it tells us we get +5 to our engineering output, 5% to our society output, and then 5% everywhere else. It's engineering, society, and physics are the 3 sciences. So we get those 3 as bonuses. So we get +5% to all of them. Plus we're going to get a +50% to our slavery tolerance and -5 to our overall consumption. Plus we're going to get +25 for influence when we rival someone, +10% when we have an army on the ground, they do some damage, +5 war happiness, and then -5 to, or +50 to our influence if we decide to do an alliance. Now mind you, if we an individual rejects the do we want xenophobe or xenophile? I think xenophile is xenophile basically is where you like people. Basically you get a -10 to xenophobia. Xenophobia is basically your fear of other species. So we're going to go next. Why? Oh, we haven't picked the government yet. So here you notice that it lit up a whole bunch of different types of government. So we can be a despotic empire. That means that we have 5%, 15% less building cost, 10% to our slave material output, and 10% to our slave food output. Now, mind you, we didn't pick slavery as an option, so that might not be a good idea. Plutocratic oligarchy, +5 to our energy, and then +5 to our minerals. Indirect democracy, so we get +1 to all our leader skills, but we also get a -10 to their recruitment costs, and then we have a election every 5 years. Now with those elections, what happens is someone will be elected into the place, and they'll have a mandate. So the mandate will be build blank, research blank. there'll be some sort of goal for that person, and you basically have to fulfill that goal. We have despotic hegemony. We get +5 to our research and +10 to our survey speed. Mention that because you have to survey planets, moons, asteroids, things like that, solar systems, black holes, quasars, you name it, to basically be able to unlock what's in that area or what's on that planet or moon or what have you. That way you can collect your resources. This one holds an election every 40 or 50 years. Research alternatives, we get an additional research alternative, and we get 1 extra leader capacity, or a direct democracy. We get to hold 2 extra planets because there's almost like a planet cap. I personally, as a player, can only control 5 planets. Later on, as you research stuff, you can control more and more. But as things progress, one of the bonuses associated with it is, you can personally control more, but it becomes harder, right? Next one is military dictatorship. Our naval capacity is up 20%, and our ship upkeep is down 5%. We also have military junta. Ship costs are down 10%, but our ship upgrade cost is 25%. And then military republic. -10 to military upkeep, -10 to ship upkeep, and additional +5 for war happiness. So, with that in mind, I think we should go with... this gives us more credits and minerals. This gives us better research speed and survey speed, so we can find things faster and we can research quicker. We're going to name ourselves... Why are we called Agassi? Oh, that's why. Megarian, Vylon, Orasian, Photekian, or Phoenician, wow. Orasian to whatever, Glarian. Both are, that sounds too much like Bothans. Glarian, Reltec, the Onquark, yeah, too bitter. We had the Gassy Hive, Iswani, the Regarian, the Reltec. I can't even pronounce. I want to be able to get at least one Quarian. Aklar, Mykones, something I can't pronounce. Kalneuter, yeah. Polarian, Aramathi, Evandari. So this is the name of our people, if I'm not mistaken. Kroll. We are the Kroll. Yeah, good enough. Empire name. The Kroll Star Collective. Kroll Consciousness. We're going with the Kroll Empire. Next is going to be our flag. We're going with this. Maybe this looks rather evil. Ornate. This person's going to change later on, so I could care less. Oh, this one. Ugh. This one kind of looks like a penis. Zoological. And we're going to go with the wings with the sword in the middle. Primary colors are going to be blue. There's no white That's actually not bad. I actually like that. Our starting weapons, we're going to go with projectile. Actually, no, we're going to go with energy weapons. So here are the three different types of FTL methods. So, for example, wormhole is where we start off at Warhenny. Basically, you jump from you can only go from A to B, and then you have to go back to A. So you start off at your planet where the wormhole generator is, and you can jump to any planet within its range, but then you'll have to jump back to the wormhole generator before you go anywhere else. Hyperspace, basically there's lanes, and you can only go from A to B to C. You have to follow the lanes. Warp travel is your classic, I click anywhere and I go there. I always like this, no matter what anyways. And we get to pick our ship appearance. I like these arthropod ships. The mammalian ones I find look a little too blocky. The fungaloid ones just look ugly. The reptilian ones look really cool, I have to admit, but they're kind of one-sided and weird looking. Well, the arthropod ships, like I said, they just look really nice, really schmexy. I'm going to change my appearance real quick. Yeah. That's close enough. What we're going to do is we're going to save it. I'm going to go next. So we have the Cruel Empire. We're going to go done. Now here's where you get to pick how much stars and all that stuff you have. So there's basically I think it's procedurally generated. I don't know. It may not be. Basically you can set up how many stars you want. The starting game is 600, but we're going to go right to 1,000. We're going to max out how many other empires there can be, and we're going to allow any FTL travel. So warp, hyperspace, or wormhole, doesn't matter. Anyone can do anything they want. It's randomly generated. And we're going to leave Iron Man mode off for the moment. And we're going to start in here. Obviously, there's a min-max thing that we can do. But, yeah. So, what I'm going to do is put a little cut in here, and we will continue in the next episode. Until then, see you guys next time. See you in space. Bye-bye.